Tracy Woods. I'm here on the set of Melrose Place. Once a peaceful, tranquil dwelling, Melrose has become quite scandalous. And I should know, because I used to live right up there in apartment number 7.
I'm planning on the two of us getting into a lot of trouble together, Sydney.
Though my visit was brief, it was beset with evil misdoings. But I wasn't the only sinner. All the Melrose characters have since fallen from grace, whether through their envy, greed, pride, lust, sloth, gluttony, or wrath. To see the rest of my dirty doings, you'll have to tune into E and catch all the Melrose Place episodes. But to understand how most of the Melrose kindred went astray, stay right where you are, as we go back to where it all began. Now, in the beginning, television
was created. The medium was formless and empty, and darkness was over Southern California, but the spirit of Aaron Spelling was hovering over the airwaves.
I call him Mr. Spelling.
Yeah, anyway, Mr. Spelling said...
It starts with the script. If you don't get good scripts, then the greatest cast in the world can't help you.
So with creator Darren Star in hand, Spelling said, let there be a serial for the 20-somethings and let them reside in Los Angeles at a place called Melrose. And he saw that it was good.
Melrose in the beginning was 8 nice kids trying to make it.
Yeah. I mean, we can change the world, one person at a time.
Now, there were 8 original dwellers. Good man of medicine, Michael Mancini. Jane Mancini, his dutiful wife.
Oh, babe, how you doing?
Jake Hansen, keeper of the sheep.
Why is it that every time a girl doesn't show up at night, people think she's in my apartment?
Is she?
Matt Fielding, man of many secrets.
Why didn't you tell me you were gay?
Why didn't you tell me you were straight?
Savior of stiff-necked people, Rhonda Blair.
Here we go!
Sandy Louise Harling, the temptress, who tempts as a waitress.
I'm really an actress, though.
And Allison Parker and Billy Campbell, who had come to set thine apartment complex in order.
If you think for a second that I am going to live with some strange guy, well, you've got another thing coming, bud.
Can I at least take a look at the place?
Now, Spelling and Star created characters in their own image.
I'd have to say that Billy, Anderson's character, is most like me.
And they blessed them and said, be fruitful and increase in number. Enter Joe Reynolds, a budding photographer with a serious New York attitude.
Nice, friendly buildings? Exactly. Like one big family.
How cozy.
So Spelling and Star planted a pool in the courtyard.
It's really warm, but something eerie about swimming inside. It feels kind of dirty, so don't go in.
And around that, they housed the family that they had formed and made all kinds of storylines grow. Michael loved his wife, Jane, but work took him away. Jake tried to make sparks fly upward with Joe.
You know, as far as I know, there's no welcome wagon around here, at least nothing official. So if you want someone to show you around town...
I'll call a cab.
Matt searched for a few good men.
I have this insatiable curiosity about people I find attractive.
And as roommates, Allison and Billy laid down the law.
Excuse me.
It's okay. I was just hot.
It all seemed pleasing to the eye, but the ratings were saggy. So from the bone of their bones and the flesh of their flesh, Spelling and Star created Amanda.
You better watch your step, because I can play dirty too, and trust me, I will.
I like the way you smile at me. I felt the heat that enveloped me. And what I saw, I like to see. I never knew where evil grew.
So the serpent was unleashed in the garden, and she slithered into everyone's business. Her tongue was sharp, and her venom was vile.
I don't know what you used to pull this off, you dishonest, self-serving, pathetic drunk. But when I find out, I'm going to turn it around, cut you open like a rotten piece of fruit.
The snake always gets the lines. I bet you cannot tell me what Adam said to Eve or Eve said to Adam, but I bet you remember that snake's lie in the Garden of Eden, don't you? You know, eat this dumb apple.
So Amanda's presence changed the balance of nature in the Garden of Melrose. And it was good.
Everyone knows who Heather Locklear is, and everyone kind of wanted to tune in to see what was going on.
I think one of the reasons they wanted to bring me, the old dinosaur, was to get an older audience, too.
So everyone in the tribe rejoiced as Melrose's popularity soared. Except Allison.
I don't know. I mean...
who became a pillar of salt as she saw the serpent seduce her beloved Billy.
Good morning.
Which way you going, Billy? Can I go too? Which way you going, Billy? Can I go with you?
And everyone involved finally fessed up to it being a soap opera. Decided to run with that, you know.
So do you have to tell Allison that you won't be home tonight?
Allison? Allison who?
The storylines got juicier and more outrageous. And everyone just started having fun doing it that way. Kill her, screw him, you know. Like...
And so it was, and so it would be. Conflict caused by sins would be the order of the day. 7 sins to be exact. First, jealousy would rule the land, for wrath is cruel and anger is outrageous. But who can stand before envy?
You pulled the plug because you were jealous. Admit it.
In the moonlight on a black night, I see shadows on my wall. I can't fall asleep, oh no, I can't sleep, for they never cease to creep. Shadows on my wall.
Since love is strong as death and jealousy is cruel as the grave, Spelling decreed there will be no peace, no more, as he awakened Jane's sister, Sydney, and brought her to Melrose.
Jane! Every time I see the script, I'm like, you know.
Mark?
I live here again, like it's any of your business. Sydney's young and irresponsible. She's pretty lost. I'm getting a divorce, like the two of you will someday. She's not bad. She's just misunderstood, you know.
You know, she's pretty jealous of you, Jane. Sounds like your parents played favorites.
Oh, they did not. Look, it's real basic. I've just always wanted to be like you.
And so it would come to pass that Sydney's jealousies would lead to ruthless ambition, which would cause her to commit unreasonable acts.
Sydney, you're out of your mind. Get your hands off me.
It's always an adventure, you know. She gets to be funny, she gets to be devious, she gets to be mean.
You just can't take the fact that I'm better than you. You couldn't make Michael happy, and I can.
She will make everybody want to kill her. She's so annoying. I think that's hilarious. So I have a good time playing her.
I hate you!
Now that's what you might call sibling rivalry. When we continue our story, we'll see what it takes to make Kimberly flip her wig. We'll also see how Sydney went from fashion vixen to fashion victim. But before the 7 deadly sins continues, the Melrose Place pop quiz begins. So you think you know everything there is to know about 4616 Melrose Place? Well, in the next hour, we'll test your mettle. So get a pen and paper, because we won't reveal the answers until the very end of the show. Here's question number 1. Who broke into the hospital computer and altered Michael's blood alcohol level after his drunk driving accident? Was it A, Katya, B, Kimberly, C, Matt, or D, Sydney? That one's pretty easy. But they'll get harder as the 7 deadly sins of Melrose Place continues. So don't go anywhere.
Hi, everybody. John Henson inviting you to check out the Talk Soup Weekend edition. Thank you. Thank you. Please keep it down to a dull roar. Meant that figuratively. Coming up this weekend, a Cher impersonator's Moonstruck.
Marvin, you have a tattoo on your butt.
Yes.
Stand up.
You want to see it?
Stand up. I can't hear you.
Whoa, that was close. That's the Talk Soup Weekend edition, Sunday at 6 p.m. Eastern, 3 p.m. Pacific, only on E!
If you think Monday's a bitch, you should see our week. Melrose Place, coming to E, 5 nights a week, August 5th.
Because everyone's got a golden hour. What's yours?
There's a movement underway. Behind it, the Vidal Sassoon Academy, the world-famous center for hair care, where experts have discovered the way to top condition, strand by strand. That's why Vidal Sassoon shampoos and conditioners were created, to help smooth and protect each strand of your hair. For professional results like this every day, Vidal Sassoon. Professional care for your hair.
Today I've been touched by hundreds of happy people who got great readings from the Psychic Readers Network. She's the best. The best. Really good.
This one hit it home a lot closer than the others. I think this is a better one. Realistically, it's a lot better.
I said, well, you told me, and they told me.
And they got it.
And they got it.
It just went straight to my heart. It really made me a believer.
It worked.
It worked.
Pick up the phone and call right now. What you've seen here is proof that Psychic Readers Network is different than any other psychic line in existence.
I'm shaking right now because I'm so shocked.
Gosh.
You see him shaking?
Yeah, I can see you shaking. I can even see a little tear.
Yeah.
It was that powerful, that meaningful to you.
Oh, my God.
And it was a good reading for you.
Yeah, I'm real shocked. Thank you very much.
So what are you waiting for? Pick up the phone right now and call for your free sample reading.
It was like really overwhelming.
That lady, whoever she is, she was excellent.
I'm glad I tried it.
Try it yourself. Call now for a free sample reading.
Call now, 1-800-523-6313.
Welcome back to the 7 Deadly Sins of Melrose Place. I'm Tracy Lords, and we're giving you just a taste of what you'll get if you tune in to E every weekday for a different Melrose Place episode. Anyway, where were we? Ah, yes. Now I remember. The second deadly sin, greed.
Perfect timing, Sid. Come to pay your respects to Graham's money?
The embarrassment alone will cost you an extra $1,000. Are you willing to spend $2,000?
Get you $5,000.
Strawberry chocolate. Don't cry, coconut.
I'm laughing all the way to my safe deposit box.
Chocolate. Don't cry, coconut.
And so it came to pass that Melrose Place sprouted a garden of greed, and none grew greedier than Dr. Michael Mancini, the resident bad seed.
He's conniving. He's got a huge libido. He looks a lot like me.
But before greed consumed him, Michael walked the straight and narrow.
He was a real nice guy, really concerned with his job. I guess he was lacking in his relationship with his wife.
Okay, what is it?
I'm lonely, Michael.
So a lot of our conflict early on had to do with that, with me working too much and not spending enough time, balling my wife.
And how has that changed?
Oh, now I ball everybody.
His first temptation appeared in the shapely form of a scarlet-haired siren, Dr. Kimberly Shaw.
Let's do it again.
If I'd used my head to pick my boyfriend, I'd be in great shape, but it doesn't really work that way. We're drawn to certain people. And I think he's not her equal, but as close to it than anybody certainly else on the show.
I love it when you exploit your resources, baby.
And so, the good doctor lost himself in a sea of fair-haired women.
Well, I started sleeping with Jane, and then I was sleeping with Kimberly while I was sleeping with Jane.
But before I could really get seriously involved with Kimberly, I married Jane's sister, Sydney.
I do.
Then I thought she was dead, so I married Sydney. And then I was just doing that, I guess, because it was convenient at the time. And so then I started going after Amanda.
Please, Amanda.
Oh. And then Kimberly was alive, so I went back to Kimberly and then used Sydney, went back to bed with Sydney to make Kimberly jealous. And while doing so, slept with a girl whose name I can't remember, which
I think is some sort of Freudian thing.
His appetites consumed him, and he was not ashamed.
I'm in Fat City. I've got Kimberly's devotion. I just got my job back. I'm getting all my ducks in a row.
He'll do anything to get what he wants and has no scruples about, well, most everything, I think.
But wine, women, and the almighty dollar were not enough. For this man of medicine craved power and pursued it with a vengeance.
By this time tomorrow, you're fired.
Guess again, Levin. By this time tomorrow, I'll be appointed chief resident. And you'll be the one who appoints me.
He wants something, he's the one that goes and does it. I think any actor will tell you it's a lot more fun to initiate stuff, especially when the, audience knows you're lying. And once they know that, and the other character doesn't, you can basically do it any way you want, and they'll think you're a low-down scum.
How dare you bring that trash into my home? Trash today, bucking bronco tomorrow. Right, Dr. Cowboy? You son of a bitch.
The biggest difference between Michael Mancini and Thomas Kleiber would have to be wardrobe. We both look to get what we want and take action to do it. We just have very different ways of doing that. I wouldn't step on anybody just to get what I want. And I would never sleep with my wife's sister. That I can assure you.
Very interesting. As our tale continues to unfold, we'll explore the illicit affairs of Melrose, and we'll go behind closed doors for the best of Allison's drunken moments. But first, question number 2 in the Melrose Place pop quiz. Who burned down Jake's bike shop and why? Was it A, Amanda's father, Palmer, for revenge, B, Joe, by accident, C, Jake's brother, Jess, for revenge, or D, Amanda, by accident? The answer to that and more deadly Melrose Place sins when we continue.
Emma was a matchmaker with the best of intentions and the most outrageous results.
Good God. I see you've been hard at work.
Now, romance is about to find her.
I love John.
Emma.
I hate John.
Newsweek calls Jane Austen's comedy fine, funny, and deeply charming. Time magazine says Gwyneth Paltrow brings elegance and class back to movie acting. Emma.
Try not to kill my dogs.
Rated PG. Now playing New York and L.A.
I do some of my best work in the summer, so be cool. Put a new box in the fridge. I'll keep summer foods tasting and smelling fresh. And I'll keep ice cream tasting great. Start summer with a new box of Arm & Hammer baking soda in the fridge and one in the freezer.
So soft, you love it, the feeling of it. You know Downy does it, soft on your skin, just come on in.
Feel the softness, even when you line dry. Mid-price brands can leave clothes stiffer. Only Downy gives the most fluffy softness with Downy's freshness.
So soft, you love it, only Downy does it. Come on into Downy.
We're challenging shoppers to compare their Tilex to X14 mildew stain remover.
The X14 is working a lot faster than the Tilex. It's turning white. Ooh, it's really clean.
X14 mildew stain remover.
I didn't do anything. It's perfect.
I've had a computer for a couple of years now, but to be honest, I didn't see what all the fuss was about. Then I got America Online. Now I use it all the time. It makes my life easier. Watch. Use email to send messages to family and friends. Point and click your way around the internet with America Online's great new web browser. And there's more. Scan hundreds of magazines, get sports scores, enjoy hobbies, even shop online. So call this toll-free number and get everything you need to make your life easier and more fun.
You're drawn to it by...
Got something different for your sensitive teeth.
Well, you can take it back. My dentist wants me to use Sensodyne.
This is Sensodyne. Sensodyne with baking soda.
No pain. My mouth feels fresh and clean.
Sensodyne with baking soda. All you feel is fresh and clean.
Hi, I'm Tracy Lords, and I'm poolside in the Melrose Place courtyard, continuing the tale of the 7 deadly sins and the evil that befell the residents here. We've already seen how envy and greed began to consume them, but pride was fast becoming pervasive. For seest thou a man wise in his own conceit, and and there is more hope of a fool than of him.
This is about pride, Jake.
I am a great guy. I mean, I'm smart, I'm talented, I listen.
I'm smarter than most people you'll ever meet in your lifetime. I'm one of the top ad executives in Los Angeles.
I am not some bimbo. I am a doctor, for God's sakes.
I used to think that I had a special relationship with God.
Was I laughing?
And you might not want to admit this, but I'm also very attractive.
But I'm the best she's ever had.
I'm a hell of a lot better.
Okay, now can we cut?
Jake.
I'm not a piece of meat.
And so it went that Jake Hansen became the holier-than-thou hunk of Melrose Place. His foolish pride kept him from jobs.
That's it, I'm out of here. I don't need this crap.
Relationships, and human contact of any kind.
Right here is Jake. If you look really closely at his doormat, it says, "Go away."
You know what's good for you? You'll stay away from me.
Go away.
You know, let me tell you this. I don't want to talk to you, all right? I do want to be alone.
Go away.
Not everyone in this building has to be best friends. You go on with your life, I'll go on with mine, okay?
Go away.
And so it went that the lone rebel of Melrose became an angry young man.
No, calm down! No, I'm not going to calm down. I'm just always pissed off about something, though, aren't I?
His angry pride haunted him, as did his evil brother, Jess.
What are you doing here?
You know, it's Cain and Abel. He's a bad guy.
Marky? You know, I'm getting sick of taking crap from Mr. Perfect. Sick of it.
Unable to control his unruly sibling, alas, Jake could only find comfort in his own image. But Jake was not the only man with a mirror. The men and women of Melrose were a vain lot. So Spelling decreed, seek your own style. Your fashion sense will flourish.
I'm telling you, Melrose Place is a trend-setting fashion place.
And the tribe of Melrose swathed themselves in coats of many colors.
Okay, well, this is a wardrobe trailer for Melrose Place. Back here we have, this would be Sydney.
Sydney, as a character, reinvents herself every week. You know, she's always trying to figure out, is this who I want to be? You know, well, maybe this is who I want to be and stuff. And so the costumers can have a ball.
Excuse me. How much is that hat? How much is that hat?
A keen sense of style. Laura, I mean, Sydney definitely has a keen sense of style.
So the stylish Sydney went from fashion vixen to fashion victim. But not even Sydney could sashay quite like Amanda, the saucy seductress in the short skirt.
So I made it a little unsophisticated and have them shorten them really so you could show a little more leg. But really the reason for that is my legs look better if the skirts are shorter.
And Spelling decreed, let thy skirts be short and thy tresses be tousled. And so began the hair affair of Melrose.
Once in a blue moon, we get a note about our hair. Smooth. A lot of my fan mail was, I love your hair, and I want to cut my hair like that, and blah. Back to me. Oh, yeah, right. Heather Locklear was worried about my hair. I'm a real threat to her. She's really panicked. It's just hair.
Easy for you to say that. When we come back, the plot thickens as the wrath of Dr. Kimberly Shaw strikes the building.
Don't you just love the smell of sulfur in the afternoon, Sydney?
Also, who has slept with whom since the beginning of Melrose time? A chapter on lust. But first, question number 3 in the Melrose Pop Quiz. Which popular actress played Allison Parker's abused sister Meredith? Was it A, Tracy Ullman, B, Tracy Nelson, C, Tracy Gold, or D, Tracy Chapman? We'll reveal the answer at the end of the show, so stay with us.
Take a stroll down the fairway with Kevin Costner, Rene Russo, and Don Johnson for the live premiere of Tin Cup. It's a hole-in-one. The live premiere of Tin Cup, Sunday at 4 Eastern. It's more Summer with the Stars right here on E! They can't vote, they'll never be president, and their names are hard to say. Banderas, Deneuve, Schwarzenegger, Hyatt. Take an hour-long look at international stars who've made it big stateside. Hottest celebrity imports, Sunday night at 9 Eastern, only on E! It's Coming Attractions, a half hour of the best part of the movies, the trailers. Catch E's movie news and preview show, Coming Attractions, Sunday at 5:30 Eastern, only on E!
Diamond engagement ring. How else could 2 months' salary last forever?
No more touch-ups.
With Wonderwear makeup from Ultima 2, the makeup you put on in the morning stays put.
No more touch-ups.
Because unlike ordinary makeup, Wonderwear resists wear away, so you don't have to keep checking the mirror. But when you do, you'll love what you see. Wonderwear makeup from Ultima 2 looks fresh all day and on into your evening with
no more touch-ups.
The sophisticated tote is just $13.50 with any Ultima 2 purchase at JCPenney.
You can feel it.
Introducing the remarkable new Gillette Sensor Excel for women. Feel its specially shaped handle and its soft rubber grip that won't slip when wet.
Feel it.
Ahead of the blades are soft, flexible microfins to protect your skin while gently lifting stubborn hair, so the spring-mounted twin blades can give you our closest, safest shave ever.
You can feel it.
The new Sensor Excel for women.
Feel it.
Every time you wash your face with soap, your skin loses moisture. The harsher the soap, the more moisture you will lose. Dove is not a soap. In fact, Dove with 1/4 moisturizing cream helps replenish and protect your skin's natural moisture.
We're back at Melrose Place, apartment number 7 to be exact, where, as you may already know, I lived with Sydney for a short stint.
He's cute. Ever do him?
Though the scoping was great around the courtyard. The Lord said, abstain from all fleshy lust which war against the soul. But thankfully, spelling said,
let there be beds, and there were beds, and the men and women of the tribe of Melrose found themselves naked, and they were not ashamed. So they went, 2 by 2. Amanda lay with Jake, who lay with Joe, who lay with Richard, who lay with Jane, who lay with Michael, who lay with everything in a skirt. Allison lay with Billy, who lay last with Brooke, and it was good.
It takes one word to describe all of Melrose Place. Sex. That's it. That's the key to this whole thing.
So the heat of their passion fanned the flames of desire throughout the land of Melrose.
I just get a lot.
You know, you get in this complex, there's like, what, 7 doors. There's a beautiful girl behind each one of them.
And the tribe of Melrose was torn asunder by passions that could not be contained. All virgins had been sacrificed. New blood was needed.
I mean, literally, we've done everything with each other. We've been through it, and you need new people, and then the other people mix with the new people. I think that we have to do it, just to keep our interests up.
Enter Love Doctor Peter Burns, who couldn't keep his divining rod to himself, especially during house calls.
You know, it's amazing the kind of visceral reaction you evoke.
You're amazing. Absolutely amazing.
Oh, do tell.
Oh, it's amazing one night could be so many things.
Come on, get up. What's amazing is that anyone ever gets any sleep in this den of iniquity.
Man, I'm really beat. Need to get off my feet.
And so it came to pass that Sidney Andrews heeded the call of the wild.
We both know where your real
all talents lie, don't we, Sid?
as she became the Mary Magdalene of Melrose.
$200. Motel's just around the corner. What do you say?
Just want you to know, you're getting a hell of a good deal.
Let it be known and understood, in the wicked world of Melrose Place, there's always someone, somewhere, having an affair.
Who had affairs? I didn't have any affairs, did I?
I hope this doesn't sound too forward, but I have a condom in my purse.
And the sex was safe, and it was good.
It's all a big blur.
And so it went that all forbidden fruit was consumed, even by the angelic Allison Parker.
She has affairs, but she doesn't mean to.
You were wonderful last night, Allison.
So are you.
And because they could not control their fleshy appetites, the word came down from above, and it was just say, no.
Yes.
No.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
And so it came to pass that the wicked lot of Melrose were warned to heed these words of wisdom.
Never go out with anyone in the building.
Not in the building.
But they did not obey this warning, so Spelling decreed, remember, thou art lust, and unto lust thou shalt return.
Now that's what I call direct. As the 7 deadly sins of Melrose continues to unfold, gluttony consumes Allison Parker.
I feel like my entire life is caving in.
The work ethic, or lack thereof, is exposed.
Those are my personal files. Ah!
And Andrew Shue plays ball.
Don't rush it. Keep a good pass. Make sure it's good. Don't rush it.
But first, question number 4 in the Melrose Place pop quiz. Name the boat that Joe's boyfriend Reed used to smuggle drugs. Was it A, Pretty Woman, B, Pretty Baby, C, Pretty Lady, or D, Pretty Lame? Stay tuned for the answers and more of the 7 deadly sins.
This is the woman who runs the ad agency, who fired the girl, who lived with the guy, who dated the woman, who slept with the man, who conned the mom, who abandoned the daughter, who dated the doctor, who married the psycho, who blew up the building owned by the woman, who schemed with the stripper, who worked for the shrink, who dated the woman, who runs the ad agency. The place that Heather built, Melrose Place. Weeknights at 7 Eastern and 9 Pacific, only on E!
This portion of E! Entertainment Television is brought to you by Colgate Baking Soda and Peroxide. Feel the deep clean.
Have you tried the Colgate Deep Clean? Something most teeth have never felt. Something you can feel with Colgate Baking Soda and Peroxide with tartar control. Tingling deep in tiny crevices between teeth and along the gum line. You and your dentist will agree. This Colgate Deep Clean is truly monumental. Colgate Baking Soda and Peroxide. Feel the deep clean.
Concentrate. Just concentrate. Think up the middle. This one's going right over the front desk.
Introducing soft foam autograph bat and ball sets from Pizza Hut, featuring some of your favorite Major League players like Ken Griffey Jr. Get one set for $5.99.
I would say, Al. Say, Junior, bedtime. We've got a game tomorrow.
Do I have to?
Oh, man. Pizza Hut. You'll love the stuff we're made of.
He did it.
There's a movement underway. Behind it, the Vidal Sassoon Academy, the world-famous center for hair care, where experts have discovered the way to top condition, strand by strand. That's why Vidal Sassoon shampoos and conditioners were created, to help smooth and protect each strand of your hair. For professional results like this every day, Vidal Sassoon, professional care for your hair.
Here's the coolest thing you can do when you're hot. Drink Ruby Red Squirt, a citrus berry blast.
Welcome back to the 7 deadly sins of Melrose Place. I'm Tracy Lords. If envy, greed, pride, or lust didn't consume the Melrose family, then sloth definitely did. Now, according to the written record, slothfulness can cast into a deep sleep, But the Melrose clan had no fear, for they were too busy doing a whole lot of nothing.
Yeah, I know. I'm sorry. I'm a little bit late. You are 2 hours late. Claire's been going crazy trying to cover for you.
Can't you sit down a minute? It doesn't look too busy.
Ah, sure.
Working together is tough enough as it is without you flirting with every woman in the office.
Don't you think that goes above and beyond the call of duty?
I'm out of here. How about you?
Out of here.
I said in an interview once, it's actually the favorite thing I've ever said. They said, what's the philosophy of Melrose? And I said, take no responsibility and sleep with it. Which seems to pretty much be our motto.
And so it was decreed that all Melrosians would refrain from hard labor, so their idle hands would be free for mischief.
So, have you already been named president? Just trying out Amanda's chair for size.
At Wilshire Memorial, where the doctors practiced bad medicine. At Hart Mancini, where the only designs they had were on each other.
You're a liar and...
And at D&D, where supreme laziness was the cause for celebration.
My sister's in advertising and has worked long and hard to get to where she is. And she always calls me and she says, Allison is late for work today and she got another promotion. Because Allison just kind of like bumbles through life. Now she's almost president of the company. And she's been late and slept with the client. That's like her resume.
So the role model was put forth. From now forward, the lazy and unreliable would be rewarded. Enter spoiled daddy's girl, Brooke Armstrong, who laughed and lounged her way through the workforce.
I do have a full-time job now. Yes, I'm Allison's new assistant.
And at D&D, her hours were long and her training was rigorous.
You and I have to turn up the heat on our Allison project. Find me something I can blow her away with.
And no task would be too tough, and no promotion too soon.
So, Brooke, what's new in Vice President world?
And the job description would constantly change.
I want you to spy on Amanda for me.
And alas, the little mole played everyone into submission.
Name your terms.
But that would be blackmail.
But she was not solely to blame for her errant ways, for she was guided in life by a paternal parasite.
There is, however, one small condition to the money, Brooke.
He's a manipulative man who enjoys the challenge of trying to defeat or overcome or get something that is resistant to him.
And the fruit didn't fall far from the tree.
I'm so hesitant, you know, to say that I'm devious, because I don't see it as devious. I see it as direct. I'm very direct. I'm more direct than some of the other characters. Like, I want Billy, and I go after him. I really love you, Billy. Let's get out of here. And all this time,
You didn't miscarry anything.
I thought you loved me, Billy. Why are you so mean to me? And you were mine.
But Brooke could not hold on to Billy, for he and his real-life persona, Andrew Shue, were too busy playing games of their own.
I've been playing soccer since I could walk pretty much, and this is an opportunity that's too good to pass up.
So Andrew was blessed to play professionally with the Los Angeles Galaxy.
I feel very fortunate to be playing this level of soccer with these kind of players. There's no doubt that there's going to be some conflicts with training, and we're going to work around that. I do have a contract to uphold with Mr. Spelling and Melrose Place, so that will come first.
And cut. Great. All right. Well, I'm sure Mr. Spelling will be pleased to know that he's got his priorities straight. Still to come, the 6th deadly sin, gluttony, and the 7th, wrath. And the Queen of Mean sets the record straight.
My office, now.
I am nothing like her.
But first, question number 5 in the Melrose Place pop quiz. What was Billy and Allison's first roommate quarrel about? Was it A, the phone bill, B, the peanut butter, C, the hot water, or D, Billy making a mess? Well, 5 down and 2 to go when the 7 deadly sins of Melrose Place continues.
There's a killer stalking a small town.
Oz was mutilated.
And 2 reporters have vowed to track him down.
That's how you do it, by going over the line.
But as the body count gets longer,
I think we have a real trend here.
the suspect list grows shorter.
Stay right on her.
So he'd better watch out, because all her headlines seem to spell murder. Lonnie Anderson stars in Whisper Kill, coming up next, only on E!
Get a tough case of athlete's foot, and you're benched. You get that itching, the cracking, the burning. That's when you want a medicine that acts tough. Boom! Tough Actin Tenactin. It cures even tough cases of athlete's foot. Get Tough Actin Tenactin.
I do some of my best work in the summer, so be cool. Put a new box in the fridge. I'll keep summer foods tasting and smelling fresh. And I'll keep ice cream tasting great. Start summer with a new box of Arm & Hammer baking soda in the fridge and one in the freezer.
This is it, where brand new Miller beer begins. Where the hops grow that give new Miller beer its flavor. Because new Miller beer is brewed a totally new way, straight from the heart of the hops, for flavor unlike any other beer. Big flavor that goes down easy. We think so much of this new beer, we're just calling it who we are. Miller. Brand new Miller beer. Reach for what's out there.
Same cars, same price, but one of them costs up to 15% less to insure, giving one driver more money toward accessories. Geico, a 15-minute call could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
This man represents all the people who switched their car insurance to Geico last week. Sir, please raise your hand. 10,000 times.
Geico, a 15-minute call could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
Turn it on, catch the beat. Play the game, feel the heat. We've got great brands at a great price. And Montgomery Ward.
Auto Express Montgomery Ward has the top names and tires to keep you in the fast lane. Like this Firestone FR505 tire. Any size, just $39.99 each.
Great brands at a great price. And Montgomery Ward.
Hi, I'm Tracy Lords, and this is the 7 Deadly Sins of Melrose Place. The story of how it all turned bad for a group of Spelling's wayward 20-somethings. To see every evil episode, just keep watching E. But to witness the blackmail and the backstabbing, just listen as our tale continues. It was written that the drunkard and the gluttonous shall come to poverty, and so would become the fate of our once angelic Allison Parker.
You're an alcoholic and everybody knows it but you.
Another vodka, please. Straight up.
You're an alcoholic and everybody knows it but you.
Cheers.
You think I have this kind of problem?
Yes, I do, Allison.
Go to hell, Ned.
I always say that Allison is me without therapy.
The problem is you probably want to be alone.
She's probably everything I would have turned out to be if I hadn't become happy at a younger age. She's very controlled and nervous, and I think that the world is a very scary place for her.
Scary or not, Spelling was unwilling to condone Allison's behavior and had to decide what to do with her. But no punishment seemed fitting, for he knew sorrow was deep in her soul.
Please tell me you'll always be Daddy's little girl. Don't cry. Don't cry.
But Allison did not suffer alone, for skeletons lurked in many Melrose closets. There was Amanda's evil ex-husband, Jack.
Now, let's try this again. Recognize it?
as well as Joe's troubled ex-husband, Charles.
You were ungrateful, and you're selfish, and this time I'm not going to forgive you. No, nothing! I was humiliated!
And it came to pass that pain would be inflicted on many at Melrose.
Get out of here! Get out of my life!
They'd become known as the gluttons for punishment.
Hi, my name's Jane Mancini. What are you doing here?
People love to tell me what Jane should do. And I always agree with them. I say, hey, I agree, you know, but someone on the show's got to take the abuse, I guess.
That's how the show keeps going. I mean, if we ever learned anything, the show would end and people would be so disappointed.
So in order to satisfy the cravings of the cult following that had formed, enlightenment was foregone, though advice was always forthcoming.
My advice would definitely be to Jane. Jane, yo, get a grip, girl.
She's always whining and complaining, woe is me. I just feel like shaking her, and just like, would you suck it up?
Our fans are amazing. They know every little detail about the show. They know more about the show than I know about the show.
I'll start off with the first question, so here it is. How did Jake's bike shop burn down?
Joe did it! Joe did it!
It's fun to have people so involved in characters, you know, that they feel like they could give you advice, you know, when you, the actress, are walking down the street, you know.
Can we get a picture?
Sure. People recognize me from the show, but they don't know my name.
Okay, what's your name? Jenny. Hi, Jenny. I'm Laura. Nice to meet you.
So the personalities merged and confusion mounted, which was cause for some concern.
Sometimes you wonder if they realize that you are not actually her. I'll never leave you alone. They come up and they're like, how could you do that? And I'm like, calm down. But for the most part, people like recognize the difference between the actor and the character, and just say, you know, I love to hate you.
But that was not comfort enough for Heather Locklear, whose mission it was to set the record straight.
I am nothing like her. No, she's very aggressive and assertive, very business-minded.
The man has the brains of a chicken.
So focused on that where she doesn't, you know, notice that she's stomping on other people, so I'm not that way. Heather is so gorgeous. She looks like she's about 12 years old. She's the cutest thing, and she's so sweet. And she plays completely against type.
Walk in here again without knocking. You'll be fired so fast your head'll spin.
She's so sweet. She's like a little Cupid doll. They're always giving me notes to go, can you be meaner? I'm like, yeah, I just feel like a big bully.
Heather is a ball. You know, you're always able to laugh and mess around with Heather.
People are actually disappointed, I think, when they come to the set because we really get along. My sense is that people want Heather to be mean, and they want there to be a lot of infighting and anger, and there's not.
Just one big happy family, but not for long, because still to come, the deadliest sin of all, and all the answers to the Melrose Place pop quiz. But not before we ask the final question, which is, how did Michael blackmail Jane's boyfriend, Robert? Did he A, spread rumors that he was gay, B, reveal that he was married with 5 children, C, hire a call girl to seduce him, or D, reveal that he's an ex-con? All the trivia answers and the deadliest sin of all when we return.
Take a stroll down the fairway with Kevin Costner, Rene Russo, and Don Johnson for the live premiere of Tin Cup. It's a hole-in-one. The live premiere of Tin Cup, Sunday at 4 Eastern. It's more Summer with the Stars right here on E! They can't vote, they'll never be president, and their names are hard to say. Banderas, Deneuve, Schwarzenegger, Hyatt. Take an hour-long look at international stars who've made it big stateside. Hottest celebrity imports, Sunday night at 9 Eastern, only on E! This portion of E! Entertainment Television is brought to you by Pringles. So fresh, once you pop, you can't stop.
Wow, you still have a tri-cleanse, the conditioning color enhancer. It's subtle. It just gives your color a kick. And there's no commitment. Glints washes out in 8 shampoos. 8 is great.
Glints by Clairol.
Give your color a little kick.
Oh, that gross white stuff that gets in your clothes from your antiperspirant?
Fan Clear Roll-On can clear it up. All the dryness protection you need without the gross white stuff. Fan Clear Roll-On. It works with no white stuff.
You can feel it. Introducing the remarkable Gillette Sensor Excel for women. Feel its unique handle and its soft rubber grip that won't slip when wet. Ahead of the blades are soft microfins to protect your skin while lifting stubborn hairs. So the spring-mounted twin blades give you our closest, safest shave ever.
You can feel it.
The new Sensor Excel for women.
Feel it.
And try Satin Care, the moisture-rich shave gel from Gillette.
There's a feeling that's beyond clean. We call it crystal clean. And your teeth can experience it with the toothpaste that helps prevent tartar buildup. Colgate Tartar Control. Thousands of micro-cleaning crystals make their way into those tiny spaces between teeth. Crystals you can actually feel. And when you rinse, your teeth feel more than brushed. They feel crystal clean. Colgate Tartar Control. Feel the crystal clean of Colgate.
What if you could catch the episodes of Melrose Place that rocked the world? Well, you can, because E! is airing all the Melrose Place episodes from the beginning.
You've got to be kidding.
So whether you saw these memorable episodes first time or you've heard about them, now's your chance to be in on the action. A devil in a G-string, medicated mental cases,
This is real life!
bitches who won't die,
You want to touch me to make sure I'm real?
alcoholic addicts ex,
Go away!
crazed cult members,
Welcome with all the light and heart you bring with you.
murdering moms,
Blew it.
haunted hussies,
They're all against you.
hot and bothered bed hoppers.
And it's been a really long time since I dug my nails into your back.
Excuse me? Melrose Place from the beginning, with all the best episodes for the devoted fan and the future Melrosian just waiting to be born. So, check it out.
I double dog dare ya.
Melrose Place, 5 nights a week, Monday through Friday, beginning August 5th,
This is fresh daily hell.
only on E!
I'm Tracy Lords, and we're back on the set of Melrose Place, where we've been recounting the sinful story of Melrose. But the legend isn't over. Oh no. The frantic frenzy has yet to unfold. For it is known that he who cools down his anger is a healer of his own heart. But wrath is the rottenness of the bones.
Up on the building code 666. Up on the roof of 666. 666.
Do not try this at home. That's what they should have in front of the show. Do not try this at home. This could be dangerous.
Heed thy warning. For those who enter the kingdom of Melrose Place shall suffer the slings and arrows of outrageous fortune.
Look at, Hamlet. Look at any of the great, plays, and they're all the same thing. Murder and revenge and jealousy. It's the stuff of life.
Yeah, it's like watching a fight. It's something in us that likes that violence of it and the, you get yours, girl.
The characters say things that most people think in their head but would never say. Because that's the environment, it gives the writer's license to write anything.
I'm not a victim anymore.
And so it was written, mayhem and madness would reign in the land of Melrose, where all its brethren live by the word according to spelling.
Usually it comes out better than it reads. Like it always seems sometimes a little more false on paper, and the actors kind of deliver it with some reality.
And no one brought the written word to life quite like Dr. Kimberly Shaw.
I'm going to burn your face so it matches the color of your hair. Dr. Kimberly Shaw, multifaceted, multidimensional, mysterious, intriguing, dangerous.
Oh, Kimberly. What's wrong?
When I started, I was just a simple, lonely heart kind of doctor, so that was way, way at the beginning. Since then, I mean, it's just completely been a very curvy road. I was supposed to shoot the death scene the next day, and my agent called and said, you know, do you want to work on the show in April or something? And I said, what do you mean I'm dying tomorrow? They said, well, actually, they've hired somebody to play your mother, and they're going to ship you to Ohio, and da-da-da-da. I said, great, sure, I'd love to.
But even death couldn't contain Kimberly Shaw, for hell hath no fury like a woman shorn. Eyes full of wrath and rage, Kimberly Shaw planted the seeds of destruction.
4 firebombs strategically placed. The first one blows up the laundry room. That ought to get everyone's attention.
But no matter how vile her vengeance, forgiveness was always forthcoming.
I've caused so much pain to so many people. When I think of what I almost did to Peter and to you, I know I could die.
You're not going to die. You know, she's one of those few people who can try to blow you up and you still love. And they're hard to come by.
But, consumed by wrath, Kimberly Shaw was driven to the brink of insanity.
Kimberly, unfortunately, has trouble keeping it together a lot of the time. So she's trying on new personalities, and that doesn't seem to help either.
And as all things came to pass, demonic destruction continued to rage over the land of Melrose.
All of the 7 deadly sins are completely out of control on Melrose Place, and you don't seem to get any comeuppance for anything anymore.
And so the devilish denizens of Melrose would continue on their sinful course.
escapism, fantasy, pure entertainment.
That works for me.
To catch all the sordid, sinful details, just tune into E! Prime Time for every episode of Melrose Place. Now, before we sign off, the moment you've all been waiting for, the answers to the Melrose Place pop quiz. First, we asked, who changed Michael's blood alcohol level in the computer after his accident? Katya, Kimberly, Matt, or Sydney? And Matt it was. Next, we wanted to know who burned down Jake's bike shop. Was it Amanda's father for revenge? Was it Joe by accident? Was it Jake's brother for revenge? Or was it Amanda by accident?
Oh, can't buy a beer without my purse.
That's right. Amanda was the culprit. Question number 3 was, which popular actress plays Allison's abused sister, Meredith? Is it Tracy Ullman, Tracy Nelson, Tracy Gold, or Tracy Chapman? Tracy Nelson it was. Question number 4. What was the name of the boat that Joe's boyfriend Reed used to smuggle drugs? Was it the Pretty Woman, the Pretty Baby, Pretty Lady, or Pretty Lame?
This is my surprise. This boat, the Pretty Lady.
That's right, it was C, the Pretty Lady. Moving on. What were Allison and Billy arguing about way back in the beginning? Was it the phone bill, Allison's peanut butter, Allison hogging the hot water, or Billy being a sloth?
You mean I can't have any of your peanut butter, even if I have a craving?
I would prefer if you didn't. It was B, Billy's sticky fingers. And finally, how did Michael blackmail Jane's beau, Robert? Did he spread rumors that he was gay? Did he reveal that he was married with children? Did he hire a call girl to seduce him? Or did he tell Jane that he was an ex-con?
Don't you see that someone's trying to set me up?
All I know is that's you and another woman.
That dirty Michael hired a call girl. Imagine that. And finally, for all of you who got those right, a bonus question. Can you guess which Melrose character's voice brought you the 7 deadly sins in the last hour? Was it John Parker, Allison's dad?
It never happened.
Evil cult leader Martin Abbott?
But demand your spiritual right.
Or scheming doctor Paul Graham?
I guess I see you around.
You'll find out shortly. Well, that's all for now, but remember, if it's happening at Melrose Place, it's happening on E!
I can't believe... Hi. Yeah. Can I talk to you for a second? Yeah, hold on a second. What is... Hang on for a second. Well, I'm just doing some voiceovers. I'm doing voiceovers. Under arrest, sir? For what? I'm just doing voiceovers for the show. Look, I'm an actor, okay? I'm an actor. I'm working... Everybody else.
Lonnie Anderson and Joe Penny are next in the E! movie, Whisper Kill. For those of you in the back, that's
Whisper Kill!
Is Arliss Michaels. I represent the biggest names in sports.
Thanks for the tickets. Appreciate it.
My pleasure. John McEnroe. But I also have the utmost respect for owners. So once one of my players signs a contract, I ask him to sacrifice all for the good of the team. Arliss Michaels.
Hey, Arliss, tell him I'm not going home unless I get that 3-year guaranteed extension.
Read at the top.
Let the games begin. Arliss, new on HBO.
I'm Jane Pauley, and this is Time and Again.
The following program is brought to you in living color. Ladies and gentlemen, good evening to you.
This is Lowell Thomas in New York.
Beatles emerged off the
Let's go, my fellow Americans!
I'm Chet Huntley, your host on...
We had 73 television cameras on May Day Garland.
President Nixon is actively...
One small step for man.
Hello and welcome to Time and Again. During his 30-year reign as king of late-night television, Johnny Carson was watched faithfully by an audience of millions. One viewer paying particularly close attention, David Letterman. For an entire generation of stand-up comics, including Letterman, getting tapped by Carson to appear on The Tonight Show was the ultimate prize. Few were chosen, fewer still succeeded. A young David Letterman succeeded so well he was asked back again and again, eventually becoming guest host, and from there getting a show of his own. First a morning show, then late night, where he followed Carson and redefined television comedy. These days, of course, David plies his trade at another network, but his early years were with NBC. And that's our focus on this episode of Time and Again. We'll revisit Dave as an up-and-coming comic in the 70s and an emerging star in the 80s. But let's start in the 90s. June 25th, 1993 to be exact, David's last day with NBC. That morning, today's Katie Couric paid him a visit.
Dave, this is bigger than big. I'm sitting at your desk.
It's exciting, isn't it?
I mean, I can't believe you actually are allowing me to do this. You're not territorial about your desk?
No, I wouldn't let everyone do this, but I have such high regard for you and the work that you do that, sure, if you want to sit in that desk, that's just fine.
Shucks, Dave.
Yeah.
Can you show me some of the toys?
Well, that's a telephone. That's interesting. There are several buttons there, and I don't quite understand the hold button feature, but maybe we can get one of the technicians in here to explain that to us. But that enables you to handle more than one call at a time, Katie.
All these
we'll get the brochure. We'll get the pamphlet for you.
No,
but it's
come on.
very complicated.
You do have some fun things, and I really, you're gonna. Can you show me?
Yeah. What do you want to see? Let's start with.
I want the bubble machine.
Okay, the bubble
Can you
machine.
do that?
Yeah, you click that on back here. What we need is music for the bubbles, because bubbles, as lovely as bubbles are in and of themselves, they need a little music.
It doesn't work.
But I don't think Paul is here.
No, he's not here. We should bring Paul in here. Okay.
Okay. Now, and just within a matter of minutes, the studio will fill up with bubbles and choke out all of the oxygen, and you and I will be breathing heavy like that.
I like this.
Man,
now,
it's
how long
great.
have you had this machine, Dave?
We've had these, geez, I think 3 or 4 years.
Yeah. Now, was this your idea?
I don't know that it was my idea, but it's a darn good idea.
It's a good idea.
You guys should have a bubble machine on your program in the morning.
Do you think that would help the ratings?
I have another idea for you in the show. When you sign on in the morning, and then you kind of re-sign on every half hour, right?
Yeah.
You say, "Hi, I'm Katie Couric." Bryant Gumbel says, "Hi, and I'm Bryant Gumbel." And then together, simultaneously, in unison, the two of you say, "And we're cooking eggs." And that puts people in the mind of breakfast, and there's a strong olfactory association, because what smells better than eggs cooking in the morning?
Bacon cooking in the morning.
I'm Katie, I'm Bryant, and we're cooking eggs. Or you could vary it. It could be, we're frying bacon. I got a million of those kind of ideas.
That was 1993, and by then, Letterman's ideas about comedy had made him one of the hottest properties in television, the focus of a multi-network, multi-million-dollar bidding war. It had all started for Dave 18 years earlier, in 1975, when he left his native Indianapolis to head for Los Angeles. Within 4 years, he'd made quite a name for himself. Here's NBC's Jack Perkins in 1979.
Good morning from Burbank, California, from the set of The Tonight Show, the place where many a young comic gets his or her first break. The second big break sometimes will come if, once he's appeared on The Tonight Show, he is invited back to guest host the program. Then he or she has really arrived. Well, few have arrived lately with more talent or notice than David Letterman. He first performed as a guest on The Tonight Show in January. He's come back to guest host the program 17 times.
Somebody asked former President Ford if the nearly 3 years that he spent in the White House were his most difficult 3 years, and he said, no, actually, he spent his most difficult 3 years in the 4th grade. So,
How does a comedian develop an act? Well, usually it starts by bringing his comic talent to whatever he may be doing. Consider the movie critic in Indianapolis in the early 70s.
And you also get to see a short, fat, bald-headed geek hack his brains loose every morning. Now, this is not one of the funniest movies I have ever seen, but it was funny enough to keep me from sneaking out of the theater to go out into the lobby to snatch purses, which I do frequently if I'm bored.
Or the TV weatherman.
It's going to be just like it was yesterday, and just like it is today, and just that's going to be like that tomorrow and again on Tuesday, because nothing's going on. If you look at him...
Sir David Letterman.
Letterman gave up local news in 1975 and came to Los Angeles, where he began developing an act at the Comedy Store nightclub.
And on the back of the can of Gillette Foamy in red letters it says, "Do not spray shaving cream toward open flame." Thank God they finally had the sense to put that warning on there, huh? How many times have we all been seriously injured after you go to the trouble to build a roaring fire in the bathroom sink? You get out the charcoal starter and blammo. Well...
David, tell me how you go about writing new material, developing it.
Okay, you get an idea. Something, I'll give you an example. Waiting in line at a supermarket, and you look over and you see the newspapers, the couple, the tabloids, whatever they are, and you see a headline. And this occurred to me a couple of years ago. I was buying several pounds of Spam and some shaving cream for the party, and I looked over and I saw the headlines in this one particular magazine. It says, "How to Lose Weight Without Diet or Exercise." I instantly said to myself, that pretty much leaves disease. Now, I went to the Comedy Store that night, and just as I had seen it, I said it on stage, and it got a laugh. And I've been doing that ever since.
He still puts in several days a month at the Comedy Store, not for nostalgia, but rather because of the enormous burden he's under to continually develop new material.
Alpo, on the side of the can, it says with a certain degree of pride from the folks at Alpo, it says, "All beef, not a speck of cereal, not a speck of cereal." Now, see, my dog spends his day rooting through garbage and drinking out of the toilet, you know. Chances are he's not going to mind a speck of cereal, you know.
I spent about 3 years perfecting about 30 minutes of material, and that perfecting, I mean I was guaranteed of a laugh generally every time I did it. And within a couple of months, all that material was gone. So I'm at a point now, I did the Tonight Show last night, I was writing jokes while I was having makeup put on that I would do a half an hour later on the Tonight Show. So you don't have that luxury when you get into the Tonight Show, but when you're working on material to do in clubs, you better have it down to where it's going to work over and over.
Letterman's work with The Tonight Show and as a TV writer earned him a star at NBC, albeit not the Porsche or Mercedes that usually go with it.
No pictures, please. I don't know anything. Where the money went.
You've got a good show tonight, I think.
Tonight Show producer Fred DeCordova has made him a regular guest host, but all this exposure has put him in a new position, using, at times, other writers' material.
I have to use writers because I'm doing so much television that it eats it up pretty good. I'm very pleased when I can buy a joke and have it work better than anything that I've ever written. To me, that's a great luxury.
When Letterman isn't on the road or on TV, he's at home in Malibu.
Now, you see this light-colored carpet here in the living room. Now, I'm going to have 2 fat guys come in here with a lot of carry-out chili, and they're gonna decorate the living room for me. And oh, look at that. There's my dog Bob. Bob never moves from that. I staple gunned his feet to the deck out there, and he's always there, and I think it's kind of a lovely sight. Now, in here...
A career as a local reporter, a stand-up comic, a Tonight Show regular, and what, you may wonder, has all this taught David Letterman?
Be as well-groomed as possible, have a nice, neatly pressed suit, and well-mannered. Don't spit on the stage.
When we come back, an even earlier look at Dave. One of his first network television appearances ever with NBC's Tom Snyder in 1978. And Dave takes a spin on the merry-go-round with yours truly in 1979, back home in Indiana. That and more when Time and Again continues.
Anchor the nightly news on NBC.
I can help you there. I got connections.
David Letterman got his start in broadcasting doing local TV and radio in Indianapolis, but for some reason he wanted to be a comedian. In 1975, he found his way to Los Angeles and got on the stand-up circuit. A few years later, still unknown nationally, Dave was a guest on Tom Snyder's Tomorrow Show with fellow comedians Billy Crystal and Meryl Marco, Letterman's girlfriend and future collaborator. Dave told Tom how his early experience in local TV came in handy.
And local news was a source of a lot of my jokes and pieces and so forth. I do jokes pretty much, one-line jokes tied together, flimsy premises.
Could you give me just a little bit of local news?
Local news always was, to me, by and large, local news was a waste of time, I thought, where I was, because it was a vehicle to entertain and hype ratings more than to provide people with journalistic quality news reporting. This differs, of course, from market to market. Check your local listing for a time. But this actually happened, and this is the thing that I do in my act. This was the eyewitness news format, and at the time, the concept of that was to make the news just as funny as you possibly could, laughing, joking. Well, one day in the city where I worked, being Indianapolis, there had been 3 murders, unusual for a city that size. And the news director, whom I believe we mentioned already.
Bill Dean, strange man.
He determined that it would not be real amusing to have the anchor man report all 3 murders back to back. Okay, this was the premise. So I took it one step further and decided it would be amusing if they gave one of the murders to be reported to the sportscaster and give it to the guy while he was reading the ball scores. And in essence, the joke goes, the guy's reading ball scores. First in the National League, the Mets over the Braves 3-2. Reds got past the Cards 5-4, and the Dodgers murdered the Giants. Speaking of murders, looks like 45-year-old Eddie Poster won't be going